Well, good Monday morning to you, and welcome to another Monday morning live edition of Healthy Living South Mississippi. Live healthy, be healthy with Drs. Jim and Janine Fox of Doctors Nutrition, located on Cowan Road in Gulfport, just south of Pass Road. We do this live every Monday morning from 9 to 9:30, and we talk about usually planned topics, and of course the first Monday of the month we always have an open forum day. But if you have a question about anything regarding your health, how to live a healthier lifestyle, please call 896-0713 or 800-349-0713. And today we're going to be talking about something that probably 99% of us have to deal with this time of the year. And we fuss about it because you walk out to your vehicle and you see this yellow crud all over your
Everywhere.
car. All over your, and especially when you've got, like, I've got a dark blue pickup truck.
Real obvious.
It's real obvious on there. But we're talking about springtime allergies.
Yes.
Right.
What you can do about them, you know, to maybe prevent them from causing you so much problems, or, you know, when you are having problems, things that you can help you make your issue with them a lot better.
Yeah.
Life a little better.
Like I said, this year they're a hair early because, of course, spring's here a little early.
It is.
And there is pollen everywhere.
And that's why I've been having this
Everywhere.
cough for the last couple of weeks and everything. So, but fortunately, because of the regimen of Oliver that I've been on, it's keeping it from getting into a more advanced state. That and the if you have a problem with chest congestion. I've learned all these things in almost 2 years we've been doing this show?
Yeah, almost. In July, it'll be 2 years.
2 years in July. Wow.
2
But
years
you
in
know,
July.
if you got chest
time
congestion,
flies.
things like that, you want to get on some NAC, which is great for to help break up the
mucus.
breaks up
Even
the
if the
mucus and
mucus
everything
is
in there.
due to allergies, the NAC is good at breaking it up. What you want to do is do some stuff to where you don't get the mucus and help with the allergies ahead of time.
Little preventive stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
Preventive
one of the
medicine.
things that we do a lot of, especially, I mean, allergies in South Mississippi, it is year-round. I mean, we do have year-round allergies, but it is worse in different seasons. And I would say we're coming up on the bad season. If you look around, there is pollen everywhere.
Well,
It
the
is.
pine trees and oaks, you know, even the live oaks and so on, they're putting out their spring pollen. And of course, you know, you look around, like you said, everything's yellow. I mean, totally. You know, you can just see our tables and stuff we have out on the patio. It's totally yellow.
Yep.
And of course, where a lot of people make the mistake of, you know, Grandma used to say, get yourself a teaspoon of honey, which is great if you get the right honey.
Right.
It's gotta be local.
It has to be
Yeah,
local.
you can't go to the big box store and say, oh, because that stuff is full of sugar. It's
Can be.
you know, and so you.
And if
you
it
know,
doesn't have the pollens from your area, it don't work at all. And then you're just getting the
Exactly.
sugar from it. So if you're
Exactly.
going to do honey, you definitely want
honey
it to be
made
the
in
local honey.
you know, North Carolina is not going to
No.
help you out here in Mississippi.
Probably not real well. No.
Every
no.
area is different, which is why we do have one of the things that we use for allergies, and we've had really good success with it. We've only been using it probably about a year.
Year and a half, maybe.
About a year and a half. It's something called Allergena. And what it is, now, depending on where you live, there's different zones. The company makes different zones for around the country. And you buy your zone, and it has all your pollens in a homeopathic form from your area. So it desensitizes you to the allergens, kind of like an allergy shot. Now, of course, allergy shots are more specific to your personal allergies, to where this is a broad spectrum just for all the allergens in the area. But we've had really good results with it.
We have. And you know, this year especially, we've seen an awful lot of people, actually within the past, since last fall, you know, we've actually seen a lot of people with allergies complaining of vertigo or dizziness. Yeah, and we always tell them, you know, well, it sounds like first thing I would try would be the allergy things, like
the Allergena.
Allergena or Aller7, which is a pill type that you can take for that. And they try it and they say, yeah, can't believe it. It actually.
When nothing
Well,
else
if you, I
helps.
recall, you know, myself, I had a little touch of the vertigo here about a couple of months ago, and got the bottle of drops.
That's
That's
Allergena.
Allergena.
The Allergena, and that's, you know, put it under my tongue, and it was like, wow.
It stopped.
It stopped. You
Yeah.
know, I didn't have a problem with it because, you know.
We've had more people with the vertigo that it's helped. Now, allergies, everybody thinks about allergies as being stopped up and sneezing, and yes, all those symptoms are allergy symptoms,
have
but
those,
there
yeah.
are symptoms of allergies that people don't think of. Now, vertigo is one of them. Another is headaches. I mean, you can be totally clear, not stopped up, and have headaches. And also just fatigue, being so tired. So when pollens come out and you're just so fatigued and nothing else is going on, it might be the allergies. So, I mean, believe it or not, and clicking in the ear, that's one we hear a lot.
That's one I have.
When you swallow
Really?
and it click, 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 click,
Yeah.
you hear that in your ear,
Yeah.
that's usually allergies
It's almost like you
too.
feel like you're underwater or
What
something.
it
Yeah.
is you're getting fluid in it.
And what's really weird about it, like you said, I can go get that Allergena, those dry homeopathic brew, and put a couple of droppers full in there, give it 10 minutes, and it's gone. But you know, later that day it may be back, and I may have to do it again.
Well, the Allergena is supposed to be taken 3 times a day,
Yeah.
although most people take it as needed because,
usually
of
do
course,
about
most people think,
twice.
oh, well, I'm not, if it's not bothering them, they don't think about it. So
Right.
they usually take it when they're thinking about it. So, but it is made to take 3 times a day at first, and then you can, you know, taper off later. But it really does make a difference. And it is a desensitization. It desensitizes you to the pollens in the area.
Sure does.
So,
Yeah, just put the drops underneath your tongue and sit there with it for just a, excuse me, a few minutes, and it really helps.
It does.
Sure can.
It does. Now, another big one that we use is called Aller 7 Plus. We've used this for years. I would say
Years.
this is actually one that we've used for years. And what it has is all your natural antihistamines, quercetin, nettles, bromelain, you know, all those, and a little. It does have a little bit of vitamin C, but we think the vitamin C in higher doses separate is also good. But those are all antihistamines, and it has a 7-herb blend that is also for allergies. So it works really well. I mean, we've had people, and the good thing about it is that people always ask us, does it have any side effects? Because on their allergy medicine, it either makes them tired, or it hypes them up, or you know, it makes them sleepy, or it makes
Well, I
them
would
not
think
sleep.
with it being more natural.
And it doesn't. It doesn't.
really
Yeah,
doesn't.
you can't even tell
Yeah.
you took it other than your allergies are better. So that's one thing I tell them is you really can't tell unless you have an allergy to something in it, which is always a
that's always
possibility with
possible.
anything. You know, anybody can be allergic to anything, even things that you take. So they really, the side effect profile is very low unless you have an allergy to something in it,
Right.
and it really does work well.
Sure does.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. 896-0713, 800-349-0713. You have a question for the doctors regarding today's topic of allergies, or anything in particular that you had thought about maybe over the weekend that you wanted to ask them about, a health issue that you're having. The whole idea of the show is to help you live a healthier lifestyle. You know, that's why it's called Live Healthy, Be Healthy. So if you have a question for the doctors, 896-0713, 800-349-0713. We'll be right back. Back to our Monday morning live edition of the Healthy Living South Mississippi, Live Healthy, Be Healthy, with Doctors Jim and Janine Fox of Doctors Nutrition on Cowan Road in Gulfport, just south of Pass Road. Speaking of vertigo, David from Richton is on the phone with us with a question regarding that. Good morning, David. What's your question for the doctors?
Good morning.
Morning.
My question is the meclizine that I bought for vertigo has a warning on it that says not to use if you have glaucoma, and which I do have. I was wondering if there's an alternative that I can take that to the meclizine.
Well, you know, it's like we talked about, David. You know, the one that has absolutely no side effects, and it can be taken, you know, with glaucoma or pretty much anything else, is the Aller 7 Plus.
And also the Allergena.
And
If you
that both
have
of those,
vertigo,
right.
do you tend to have allergies?
I used to a lot, but I eat a lot of honey here in the last few years, and I don't have that much problem.
Okay, because there is that. Now we also have another homeopathic remedy called Vertigen. It is for vertigo.
It's
and
designed
it's
for
not really
vertigo,
for
right.
allergies. It's more for vertigo that is not allergy, and it works too. We have people all the time. So definitely give us a call because we can. I mean, if you're from, where is Richton?
About 20 minutes east of Hattiesburg.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
okay. I wasn't
okay.
sure exactly where it is because
Now we know.
we do ship all over the place too. So if you call us, we can ship it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for the
Thank-
call.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, David. 896-0713, 800-349-0713. There's a number on the screen for the Doctor's Nutrition, 897-0070. They're open from 10 to 5, Monday through Friday, 11 to 2 on Saturdays. Jim and Janine are there on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
You're getting it.
And Dr. Mays is there Dr. Mays is there on Wednesdays and Fridays. And a great staff of people there all week long. Now, I believe this week y'all are not doing the blood drawing.
We're not drawing at our office. We can send them to the other LabCorp locations. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Brooke is on vacation, so she won't be there. She's
Okay.
the nurse, so.
Yep, she's in there. So, but if you need blood drawn, or of course, we always talk about that. It's great to do a blood panel, just to find out exactly what it is. Because if you go to a doctor, and we stressed this so many times, doctor is going to do a specific blood testing for something specific. If you've got, they're going to concentrate on, if you got high blood pressure like I do, they're going to concentrate on finding out that. Whereas you can get a full panel, find out all kinds of stuff.
We do screenings. We call it screenings because it's just a broad spectrum look at what might be coming or what might be there.
Yeah, and the insurance companies don't allow them to do that.
A lot of times you can't do it as a screening. You have to have a diagnosis code for each test. So we just do a broad testing, and that way we can see what's going on. Because sometimes your symptoms might not fit the book, and it might not be exactly what it looks like until you do the lab test. So it really will tell you.
Okay.
And then even people that come in, like say with allergies. They're taking all these antibiotics thinking that it's an infection because some people get real stopped up. And you do lab tests, and of course what shows up is eosinophils, which are a type of white blood cell, sky high, which shows allergies. And the ones that look like infection aren't elevated. So sometimes you can even do that to see if it's an allergy or if it's an infection. Because if it's an infection, then you might need that antibiotic.
Yeah.
But if it's not, it's really kind of knocking down the immune system, and the immune system plays such a role in helping allergies.
Yeah, because one of the things that we tend to overlook this time of year, and especially for allergies and so on, is the probiotics. Now we've talked about probiotics, God, every time almost.
Right.
But they're very important because, like say, 70 to 80% of our immune system is in the gut, and that's that gut-associated lymphatic system. And so that's part of your lymphatic immune system right there, like 70, 80% of it. And if you keep that triggered right through the probiotics, it keeps it from overreacting. And sometimes that overreacting and releasing a lot of histamines will cause even the nasal or sinus allergies and so on too. So probiotics are just extraordinarily important.
And if you have taken an antibiotic because you did get a sinus infection or something like that, then you absolutely need to replace your probiotics because you've killed off all your good bacteria, which is going to make problems just keep coming. So you have to take the probiotics in order to build that immune system back up and keep it from over-responding to allergens like he talked about.
Yeah, because it can. I mean, it can actually over-respond.
Well, that's what an allergy is an over-response from the immune system.
Exactly.
So the immune system is the one making an over-response, and then you release histamines, which is why everybody does antihistamines.
So what other kind of things can you do?
Well, there's a lot of day-to-day things that you can do. Like for one, everybody this time of the year when it's so nice, they want to keep their windows open. It's not a good idea if you have allergies. I mean, it really isn't because the pollens come into the house.
That screen doesn't stop everything.
No, it does
it
not.
doesn't.
So
No,
I
it
do
doesn't.
say definitely if you have allergies, don't open all your windows.
And that's a good time to change the filters in your
furnace
furnace or your air
because
conditioning
your
system.
air conditioning system.
You should do that actually once a month. I mean,
Well,
I
you
always
should,
do.
but you want to, if you've got allergy problems, spring for the more expensive. They've actually got the filters that are kind of designed for the allergens and so on.
And it does make a difference.
Makes
Actually,
a big
the
difference.
allergy,
It really
your air conditioning system makes a big difference in allergies, as long as the windows are shut. Now, like I said, if the windows are open and you have all these pollens coming in, then you're still going to have a problem.
And one other area that you can look at is your ceiling fans. If you have ceiling fans, they collect dust on top of the blades.
They've actually shown ceiling fans do make allergies worse because of the way it circulates the pollens in the room. So
keeps it stirred up.
It does. It does keep it stirred up. I know the one thing that can flare mine up is brushing my dog. Because she collects so much pollen in that big old hair of hers.
Oh, yeah.
That, I mean, you see it flying when you brush her. So I have to brush her, and then I jump in the shower and wash them off of me. I really do.
You get you one of those masks to wear.
That really does. Believe it or not,
that
that makes a giant difference. You
really
don't think about things like that, but I always tell him, watch this, and I brush her, and you just see pollen, because she loves to roam in the flowers and get, they like to play.
Sure they
and they
do.
go out in the yard and play, and they come back in. They're loaded with pollen, so make sure your dog stays washed and keep the pollen off your dogs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so all that can make a difference. Another day-to-day thing that a lot of people do and that really helps is a neti pot, which is it's a sinus washing.
I never could get
system.
that thing down. It's
Me neither.
I never could get my head tilted just the right way to.
Me neither. But I have a lot of other people that come in that say it really works. Yeah. But it is something that you have to get used to.
And they'll use a saline flush and just saline water and just kind of flush it out. And a lot of other cultures like India and so on, they use.
Well, what about the saline nose spray that you
can help.
that you can buy?
Help.
I mean,
keeping the nose washed out somehow. I mean, we even have a xylitol nose spray, which the xylitol itself is an antibacterial, so it'll keep down sinus infections due to allergies and things.
Well, like you said, that stuff gets up in there and just stays in your nose, and you use that.
The nose is designed to kind of, it's our filter system.
It catches it.
So it's designed to catch it, and it holds on to it.
We even have a sinus nose spray that actually does have the antihistamines in it, so that it actually works its the nose level at helping the histamine reaction. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. We have so much natural stuff that does make a difference. And you know, like I said, the side effects are so much less than the drugs, because people always say that the drugs always either make, like I said, make them tired or make them hyped up or make something happen.
And even long-term use of some of the antihistamines like your Benadryl, diphenhydramine and so on, those things have been shown to have some real deleterious effects on the memory and brain.
Well, people get I don't want to say addicted to them, but they get dependent on them.
They get dependent on it.
But a Harvard study last year, it was 2015, looked at the anticholinergics, which Benadryl falls in that realm, and they found that it does increase your risk of getting dementia if you've been on it for over 2 years, 3 years straight. I think it was 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
And I mean, so off and on use is okay, but most people get on it and they stay on it forever. They take it just to sleep at night, or they, and there's other things that you can take to sleep, but they do have effects long term. And there's been a lot of instances where people talk about their memory going, and it's because they do take it every day, and they can't, recall words, they can't remember short term. So it does have some things it does. Now, the natural things do not have any of the memory problems. If anything, like quercetin, which probably, if you say one thing in the natural world that has been shown as the antihistamine, is quercetin. And quercetin has been shown to actually increase mental acuity and memory. So it is beneficial. Yeah, it's beneficial to memory, not detrimental. Yeah.
All right. 896-0713, 800-349-0713. We're talking about allergies today, but if you have a question regarding anything else, please feel free to call. We'll be back in just a moment with today's or this week's special. And welcome back. It is our Monday morning live edition of Healthy Living South Mississippi. Live healthy, be healthy, with Drs. Jim and Janine Fox of Doctors Nutrition on Cowan Road in Gulfport, just south of Pass Road. Kathy from Biloxi is on the phone, has something to share with us. Good morning, Kathy. What do you have?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to suggest that people check their cabin air filter in their car, because if you have a lot of dust in your car, and a lot of older cars do not even have a filter.
Right.
And on a personal level, I do suffer with allergies, chronic sinus rhinitis, and I like green tea, and to me it seems like when I drink something warm, it opens up the sinuses and makes me feel a lot better.
And even the green tea has some antioxidant effects, which antioxidants has been shown to actually help with allergies too. But that about the filter is a really good idea, because not just filters in your house, a lot of people are in their car a lot. So the same thing, and there's no doubt when you're in your car, you get the outdoor allergens too.
Right, and you're right. Most of the new cars have that. Now, some of the older cars obviously don't, but a lot of the new ones are going to where they put a filtration system in the cabin, like Kathy's talking about, so you can change that filter. And if you do, especially like this time of year, you just went through winter, and good time to change it, put in a clean filter, and hopefully help some of those symptoms. Good point.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
And the green tea's good also.
I love green tea. I usually, every afternoon around 3 o'clock is my tea time.
Oh, that's your tea time.
Is my tea time here. I will go in the break room and I will fix myself a hot cup of tea.
Yeah.
And
you ever put any lemon in it?
I don't have one.
Oh, you don't have one lemon?
I don't have one lemon. I don't have one lemon here.
You just
We
buy
got
a
to get
lemon.
you a lemon. We have to get you a lemon.
You might have to buy one.
I guess I can get the little round lemon juice.
It's always better to
real
do it
lemon.
fresh.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
Real's
All the
always
fresh
better.
stuff, yeah.
but real lemon in there also helps as well too.
Yeah.
So Kathy, you might try that, and maybe you do that. Some people put just a touch of that honey in there, that local honey.
Yeah, a lot of people do the honey, a little bit of lemon. And lemon can kind of cut the mucus.
Of course, if you want to get local honey, be sure you go one of your local farmers markets.
Yeah, that's about the only way you're going to
that.
get that local honey is to find a farmer's market.
We usually have it, but right now we are out, and they didn't have a really good season. A lot of the beekeepers don't have a lot of honey right now, but it should be coming up soon.
The way that things are, when this pollen's out like this, the bees are going nuts.
We will start getting honey soon, but right now I believe we're out of one size. We might have some sizes. I'm not sure.
But very good tip. What about cloves? I've heard if you put, whenever you heat your tea up or something like that, you put a few cloves in there.
I mean, cloves helps a lot of other things. I don't know about allergies, but
Definitely not going to hurt you, that's for sure.
Of course, usually
Definitely helps with parasites. So.
Well,
Yeah.
usually when I'm making hot tea with cloves or something like that, I'm also putting a shot of Irish whiskey in there as a hot toddy. You know,
A little
when you
Jameson
get-
in there on the
little
top.
Jameson, there you go.
Yeah.
That's some good
Cuts
stuff.
that mucus right down, yeah.
It does. It really does. 896-0713, 800-349-0713. You were talking about something a little bit earlier that helped with memory.
Yes.
And I can't remember what it was, but no, honestly, I can't. But it made me think about the topic you're going to cover next week, which is memory.
Yeah, we're going to talk about memory next week and things that you can do to help your memory.
Quercetin was the one thing I think that...
Quercetin,
yeah,
one of the things
okay.
that is for allergies, but it also can help memory. There's a lot of things that have double duty in the natural world.
And it's through the gut is how it tends to help the brain situation, because a lot of the... before we always thought about, the brain chemistry being made in the brain. Actually, not so much. Some research that came out, I think, about a year or so ago, that showed that about 80 to 90% of the serotonin that you have for your brain is made in the gut.
Really?
Made by the probiotics in the gut. And so if you don't have good probiotic content in the gut, you don't have a good diversity of those probiotics, you can suffer from low serotonin via the gut. The gut-brain connection. So there's,
We'll talk more about that next week.
Yeah.
But let's get to the weekly special before the show's out.
Okay. Our special this week
Is the
liposomal
liposomal
C.
C and the Aller 7. It's actually Aller 7 Plus. And they're both used for allergies. They're both natural antihistamines. We talked about kind of some of the things that were like the quercetin is in the Aller 7. Vitamin C. Everybody knows what vitamin C is.
Oh, yeah.
Liposomal C is different. It's the absorbability. When you get to the best type of vitamin C that you can absorb, it's about 19%.
Yeah, whether it's pills or powders or
Right.
whatever.
It's about 19%. Liposomal C is about 93%.
Wow.
absorbable.
90 to 93.
Right,
Yeah.
so it's a very absorbable form of vitamin C, so you get so much more out of it. We use it on all kind of other things too, but it is definitely one of the things that can help with allergies.
Okay. Mary from Biloxi is on the phone with us right now. Good morning, Mary. You have a question for the doctors?
Yes. About a few minutes ago, you were talking about something that you take for allergies, that if you take long term, like 2 years, that it's not good for you.
Well, actually, it was 3 years. It was a Harvard study, and that was Benadryl, or diphenylhydramine hydrochloride, which is actually your generic.
Because I just tuned in and I missed what drug it was.
It was actually that. It's your generic over the counter. Basically, Benadryl is just a trade name, but it's diphenylhydramine hydrochloride. It's in a lot of the nighttime sleep things, but they showed that if you take it consistently for more than 3 years, then you actually can, I think there's a 56%, 53 or 56% increase in memory loss.
Yeah.
So,
So we need to, if that's something you're taking at night, especially at night for sleep and so on, we need to find you another.
right,
Yeah.
something
Well,
else.
I
I don't
What
take
el-
it, but
Okay, good.
I wondered what it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good.
What do you do to help your allergies, Mary?
Oh, I don't really take anything.
That's good.
Okay.
You don't have to.
So
Okay.
you don't
Maybe
you
she
don't
don't
you
have
don't suffer
allergies.
from allergies too much?
Yeah. Huh?
You don't suffer a lot from allergy problems?
I do, but I don't really take anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you should go by and Doctor's Nutrition and talk to them, and everything that they have is all natural. So you don't have to worry about any of these hidden chemical ingredients that are in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's scary because you look at some of these, you pick up a box of products, it's like, oh my goodness, I can't pronounce half of that. So it's,
But one of the things we wanted to get across this show is that there's many things that you can do naturally for allergies.
Sure.
And it really is effective, and everybody's different on what works best for them. So it's just trying it and see which one works best for you.
all right. So again, the doctors are there Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 10 to 5. And Dr. Mays is there on Wednesdays and Fridays. And, of course, the store is open 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 11 to 2 on Saturdays. And we'll be back next week, next Monday morning, to talk about memory and how to keep yours for just a little bit longer. Anyway, hope you have a great week. And thanks again for tuning in to our Monday morning live edition of Healthy Living South Mississippi. Live healthy, be healthy.